Hello, in this EasyInput training video, we'll continue developing script for cost center creation, and I'll present how to deal with on and off Fiori buttons in our robot framework script.
In our EasyInput script, we recorded 3 on-off control indicators: record quantity, lock secondary cost posting, and lock revenue planning. Before, we have inactivated the script lines with control indicators processing. Now we will remove the inactivation and test it. I already know that the first indicator was wrongly recorded, but let us test it. Robot Framework reported error that the selector used in first indicator matches 9 elements on the page. The selection of the first on-off button is not unique. We should correct it in our script. Having a look at the selectors of other indicators, we can observe that they are quite similar, but their selection is based on enumeration 4 and 7. Using Sherlock Holmes' deductive reasoning, we correct the first indicator, adding enumeration 1. Let us test the script now. Now the script finished without errors, and all the 3 indicators were pressed twice, so at the end, their state did not change. We added also data definition for the indicators, limiting them to 1 character. Let us inspect the details of HTML code behind the on-off buttons of the indicators in Chrome web browser. We can observe that we can address the button more precisely via selector based on the ID of the div tag above the span tag we have captured automatically. The ID of the div tag contains the button name, so we do not need to address the buttons via enumeration. Apart from that, we can observe that there are actually 2 buttons for each control indicator, on and off buttons, but only one is visible at a time. We can copy the XPath of the div tag and use it in our script, replacing the selectors based on span tag. The copied XPath used generic tag asterisk. To be more specific, we should replace it with div tag. Let us search for better HTML selectors for the other 2 control indicators. Now we have all the indicators correctly addressed, but we should make the script conditional in 2 aspects. Firstly, we can click only visible buttons, so we have to check what is visible on the screen. Secondly, we need to press off button only if the desired end state is on, and press on only if the desired end state is off. I have already checked the browser library keyword to get the visibility state of a web page part. We will use the getElementStates keyword to read visibility state. The keyword is returning result as a Boolean value, true or false. We will check the visibility of the on button. If on is visible, we can press it and change state to off. If on is not visible, we can press off to change state to on. The visibility state will be put first to a variable is on visible. Then the variable will be used in conditional if statements. Now it is high time to address the second part of the conditional processing. We have to make the script dependent on the data worksheet EI_data. The data relating to the indicators is put into columns AL, AM, and AN. We will use the line activity formulas to make indicators lines used in the script or not depending on the data in AL, AM, and in columns. To achieve this, we put in the proper lines reference to data column in column P. The actual data value will be copied in runtime in column U. Then we will put actual formula, which value will decide whether the script line will be used true or omitted false in column T. Now the script is almost ready, but the enter pressing when an indicator is selected causes the indicator to flip its value between on and off. That is why we have to move the forced enter pressing script line to a place before the processing of selectors. I already tested the script and observed that due to Fiori dynamically refreshing text for values entered, there is a need of slowing down script processing to avoid errors. In order to achieve this, I added several lines with keyword sleep defining time the script should wait for the page to stabilize. The script is ready for testing. Let us test it in test mode first. All three indicators were set to on, as desired. Let us change the indicators on the data worksheet and test the cost center creation once more, this time in actual mode. This time we expect all the three indicators to be set to off. The script sets the indicators correctly to off. This ends our tutorial. Please have a look also at the template worksheet for cost center creation using Robot Framework given together with EasyInput. In this workbook, it is shown how to create own keywords in the script.